Hi, hi, hi. Oh, Lord. It's me, Angie Goodaz. Wagwan with the Wagwan with the Wagwans of the Wagwans of the world. Oh, before I do all that, let me haul at my peeps on Twitch. I mean, not Twitch, TikTok. But actually, I realized that when I was on the other show, I actually had the page open for Twitch and was like, I don't even see the interactions on Twitch anymore, and realized that, hello, Goodaz, did you open the page? I opened the page. So for the last few weeks, ironically, I have not been opening the page. Isn't that madness? That is actually complete madness. I guess it'll very interesting. I don't know what's going on Twitch. I don't see the video. That's okay. I mean, I don't need to see it. But anyway, hi. Hello, everyone. Hello. My name is Angie Goodaz, and you are tuned into the Big and Serious podcast. And well, we are 40 minutes late today, but that's because the day job required the attention of the Goodaz. And you know, when the job that's paying you, somebody calling me. Oh no. Big up, Mr. Dutch on the outside, but I can't answer you right now, Uncle. And now I'm gonna have to put the phone on. Please don't call me right now. I love you. I respect you, Godfather, but I'll talk to you later. Anyway, so when the day job requires your attention, and the day job is what allows you to do fun things like this, because, you know, it pays for the internet, it pays for the roof over the head. You gotta listen, right? You gotta listen. So that is why I'm a little bit tardy today. I apologize if you were waiting for me, but I'm here now. Wagwan Twitch. What's up? Say hi. I can actually see the chat now. So Wagwan with the Wagwan, again, of the Wagwans of the world. Big up TikTok. You don't know. I'm still on my belly crawling. When it comes to TikTok. But I'm when the baby starts to cruise the furniture, so to speak, and the baby's holding onto the couch, or the baby's holding onto the coffee table, I think I'm maybe a little bit, kinda. There's good days and bad days. That's all I'm gonna say. So, of course, let me get into, the regular stuff so that we can get into the good stuff. So, my name is Angie Goodaz. You're tuned into the Big and Serious podcast. Ways that you can find me, well, Thursdays from 7 to 9, unless the day job asks for something and I gotta be a little bit late, like today. You can find me on the Big and Serious podcast on Thursdays from 7 till 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find me on the Roots Rock Reggae Show on Monday mornings, Sunday overnight, but Monday mornings. The Roots Rock Reggae Show is from 1 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock in the morning. I want to take a moment to big up Singing P, Selector Madman, Calendar Man, and Brother Cliff, who passes through every so often. And it's a vibe. It's a vibe over there. If you are up, you need to listen to that podcast, that radio show. They're on 90.3 CKUT out of Montreal. They have a website, ckut.com. You can actually go into the archives and listen to the show. So you don't even have to be up at them hours. You can actually listen to the show at any time you want to. It's on demand. But it's a vibe over, honestly, it's a vibe over there. It's a vibe. So the Goodaz shows up and infiltrates the Roots Rock Reggae Show on every other Monday at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, so I'm not on camera because 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, come on. So 2 o'clock in the morning, every other Monday. So this Monday, your girl will be on the radio. How else can you find me? Well, still debating the whole videos for the respect due. I actually really miss it, and I say that every week, but I know I'm experiencing a block. I'm experiencing a mental block when it comes to creating informative videos based on music because, again, they get muted, and it's a lot of work to put in to not have anybody be able to hear it. So, you know, I'm it's a mental block, but I know that people like it, and I mean I enjoy doing it. It's a passion project for me. I'm gonna want to make the money off of the people them things, you know. I don't want them money. I don't want them money at all. I just want the people that know say, yo, this new song is out, or hey, can we pay homage to the people, these players of instruments or these creators of rhythms of the past? And to be honest, I feel like respect due. Like I'm not gonna talk to things. I'm not going to talk up all the stuff that is going through my mind when it comes to creating these videos, but there's so much that I can do with that. Oh, honey, you don't know who I am. The brain is braining. Must be all the ginkgo biloba that I take. But there's so many ideas of what I want to do when it comes to these videos. So, you know, I have to figure out, I think I have to reconcile within myself a way to be able to do these things and bring these things to you, the audience. Blessings to you always, so that, you know, you can experience these things too. TikTok, you don't know wagwan. All right, tap up the screen, share the live. You know, we out here, we're outside. So share the live and please tap up the screen. Invite your friends, tell them, yo, the chatterbox is on. The chatterbox is here. Today's topic. Oh, before I get into that. So Respect Due should drop on Sundays, and New Music Friday should drop on Fridays. And New Music Friday is just highlighting new music, right? And I tend to focus on Canadian artists, but I mean, if somebody somewhere else in the world has something that I feel like is a banger, or just piques my interest, I might do a ting surrounding that. But I'm still figuring out how to make it so that you, the viewers, can actually hear the content that I create when it comes to music in that manner. So, so we are actually streaming live on TikTok. Hi, TikTok. Tap up the screen, share the live. You don't know. And thank you for viewing, of course. We are also live on YouTube, so big up my YouTube massive. You don't know, it's a love ting because, you know, been always trying to get to YouTube, and well, now we're there. And of course, my OG, my day one, Twitch. Been on Twitch since the pandemic, not with my own personal podcast, but I was there with another one, but always as Angie Goodaz, because the Goodaz is good. And here I am. Big up, she's free. Wagwan, welcome to the building. Yeah, so we are all over the place. And then of course, you know, follow me, and I'll tell you how to do that because it's such a service to me to give you this information. You know what? The day that I've had today, I really feel like I'm going to have a lot of fun here. And I'm going to drink water because tomorrow's a work day and a gym day. I wouldn't mind having an adult beverage, but I'm going to drink some water. I'm going to stay in my lane. Got my skull and crossbones because, you know, we're dangerous, but we're cute. I needed that. Woo! Yeah, water. Big up H2O. Anyway, today's topic is perseverance. Oh, perseverance. To persevere. And you know what? I'm going to give you the Webster's. I'm going to give you the Webster's dictionary meaning of perseverance. Perseverance. In doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. Perseverance. Persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. And you know, I'll just drop that in the chat because I mean, I have these capabilities. I should use them. I have a guest tonight. You know what? Honestly, big up having conversations with people, because I didn't have a guest for the show up until about half an hour ago. And I was having a conversation with this individual, and I told the individual said, "Wait, goodness, so what? No show now, run. You're not doing a show tonight." And I was like, "I am." I was actually on my way driving home, so that's how, like, you know, tight the turnaround of the time was. I was literally on my way driving home, about to go into the parking to park my car or whatever. And this individual asked me, "Well, what's tonight's topic?" I didn't even know. You don't know until you know, right? But I didn't even realize that you, my viewers, actually like when I have a topic and I'm like, all right, this is a topic. This is Wagwan with the Wagwan of the Wagwans today. You like it. And I like that you like it, because I like it too, because I need some type of organization in my life. Like, that's how my brain works. So there has to be some type of path and stuff like that. So tonight's topic is perseverance, but I didn't know that you actually like the topics. So thank you for that, honestly. Yeah, so tonight's guest is, I'll tell you, he came on before. He was actually supposed to come on as his own guest, but wasn't able to because his day job had, needed his attention. So he came on briefly while I had Sheldon Lane on the show, and I think that was like show number 2 in the history of the Big and Serious podcast. But Wheelidon is going to come on the show today, and we're going to talk about perseverance. And really and truly, Big and Serious, if there's anybody that should be talking about perseverance, it should be this man. And I'll let him tell you his story. I won't tell it for him. But you know what? I think I'll tell him to come on at 8. Join me at 8, please. So in our lives, you know, we have to really make an effort to go through the stuff and be persistent with going through the stuff. I think I'm like breathing heavy. I sound like Darth Vader or something. So let me push this away a little bit. In life, we have to just, or we should, or we do. I mean, if you think about it, you are persevering all the time, because you're not just stopping something because it's not working, unless you really try different avenues and different angles and you realize it's not working, so then you do something else. But it's still, you keep going despite having difficulty in achieving success. You don't stop. So we really do persevere in life. And I feel like, and I'm going to take the time to tell you that you're stronger than you think. My dad told me that before he left this planet. I think that was like one of our last conversations. He said to me, and he used to call me Pookie, and he said, "Pookie, you're stronger than you think." And he said, "I'm proud of you. And you've gone through so much, and you've come out on top, and I'm proud of you." And sometimes you need to hear someone say that to you. You're stronger than you think. Audience, look at me. Looking at me, Aiden. Look into my eyes. You're stronger than you think. Don't let anybody tell you that you are not as stronger than you think you are. You're strong. And oh, Lord have mercy, I forgot to plug in my laptop. Hold on, give me a second. Oh no, I don't even know where it is. What a thing! Oh, here. Yo, no sir. May I persevere. Lord of mercy. Could you imagine? I would have really, if that was the case, thank you. You want to know the epitome of perseverance? And I say this every week because the Goodaz has not found herself at any type of repair shop to fix this poor laptop that is just holding on for dear life, with the screen that dances for me. My laptop screen is dancing for me right now. Bossa dance. Yeah. So, the laptop is persevering, but if the battery had really died on the laptop tonight, I would have been like, you know what? I'm not surprised, because given the day that I had, I'm not surprised. And I mean, I love my day job. There was just things that happened that went on today that I'm like, wow. Yeah, eh? Give them the Toronto, yeah, eh? Yeah. It was one of those days. Anyway, we don't dwell on that. We think about it. We say, all right, I saw it go, and we keep going, right? But yeah, you're stronger than you think. And I hope you know that. So my guest is Giovanni, and he will come on at 8:00, and we will vibe with him. But if you sit down, I mean, really sit down one day, just sit down with yourself and think about the things that you've achieved. Let's reverse engineer this, right? So we're going to actually reverse engineer this. So you sit down and you think about the things that you achieved in your life. And I mean, I want you to go all out. I don't want you to leave any stone unturned. I want you to sit there and be like, yo, I said, I have done a lot. I want you to sit there and think about the things you've achieved, and then think about the path or the work that you had to put into to get there, right? And it could be anything. Man, I learned how to drive a car, and I was scared at first, right? I didn't think that I could be capable of moving this thing around and being a pro at it, but I was scared, but I still, got the driving lessons or whatever and did what I had to do. For me, it was, I got this new car, but it was manual. And I'd never driven a manual car in my life, but there was this manual car sitting in the driveway, and it was mine, and it was a sexy car. And I wanted to drive that car because at 18 with a sports car, honey child. But even in getting that sports car, I had to persevere. I had to deal with my dad. Big up that man. I had to deal with my dad that if I stayed on the honor roll, I'd get a car. And I think looking back now, he was smart. He persevered as a father because maybe he saw that I was probably getting into some crowds that were distracting me from my studies. But he knew he had a car girl because I was always watching the car with him, and he would be doing stuff on the car and I would be there with him. What are you doing? Let me see. He's changing oil and he's doing all these things to the car, and I'm right there. So he knew he had a car girl. I mean, I was washing the white walls on the Firebird with a toothbrush from a young age, or with a scrub brush, lovingly. Got the Ajax and everything, scrubbing those white walls to make it look nice. Because when the car is clean, the car just look nice. The car is just, so I'm a car girl. I am a car girl, 100%. And he knew that if he enticed me with a car, that I would get some really good grades. So that was the deal. And I kept my end of the bargain, and he kept his end of the bargain. And then all of a sudden there's this manual car in the driveway, and I want to drive the car. And I'm already a little nervous about driving because back then, I mean, I'll be honest, I failed my first driving test horribly. I'm surprised they gave me a license, not lie. Horribly, I failed my first driving test. But I ended up driving that car. It took a lot of work. Big up all the people that felt sorry for me and would give me impromptu lessons. But I persevered and I drove that car. And that is what matters. So I want you to reverse engineer your lives. Think about what you have achieved. Think about what it took you to get that thing. Really sit there and think about it. And then understand and realize that you've persevered in more ways than you could even imagine. Yeah. So you can imagine persevering. So again, perseverance is doing things. Persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. So you can imagine you are persistent to achieve something, and then on top of it, you got people who are telling you that you can't achieve the thing that you know you can achieve or you want to achieve. You're going to work very hard to achieve. So you almost have to go into like a crazy mindset a little bit, because you have to kind of block out everybody and all the things and all the stuff, and just be like, all right, it's me and that goal, and that's it. I just see me and the goal, and I'm gonna get to that goal, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who doesn't think that I can get there, or who I know that I can get there, and I'm gonna get there, and that's where I'm going. And it doesn't matter what it takes or how long it takes or how hard it is. I'm going to get there. That is perseverance. You have it in you. A baby has perseverance. A baby has perseverance. Because when you think about it, when a baby comes, they don't know anything, but they learn everything, and they fail at things, and they get the food all over the place, and it's all, they miss their mouth, they get it up their nose, they get it in their ears, but they keep going. They keep going until successfully they're eating their food, right? It's in your nature. So if it's in your nature, why are we allowing others to tell us it's not? Why? I ask you that, but I ask me that too. Why? For what reason? Why for? Why? That's why I said don't listen to people. Sometimes you really don't listen to people unless they're really giving you good advice. But even then, you got to think about, where is that advice coming from? I hear my guest. I hear you in the green room. Where's that advice coming from? Is it coming from a good place? Is it coming from a place of love? Or is it coming from a place of, all right, watch out, this yeah, somebody I'll go mess up now. Come and just tell them something, and hey, cow, wait, this is them try. Where is it coming from? I mean, I'm grateful for the cheerleader that I had in my parents, and that I have in my siblings, in my child, in my cousins, in my friends. But I'm even more grateful for the cheerleader I have within. Because, I mean, you're going to achieve whatever you believe, right? So if I believe that the Big and Serious podcast is not going to do a thing, it's not going to be successful, then I'm going to be very right. Just want to see. Hi, just want to see. I love your name. Think of yourself. Just want to see. Your name caught my eye. Big up. Welcome to the podcast. And before I bring Giovanni on, I know you're waiting. Wheelidon Productions. This rhythm is created by Wheelidon. My two beautiful, and I have to look at the screen when I do this because I know it's on the opposite side. Oh, I did it! My two beautiful logos come from Wheelidon Production. Just so you don't pick up yourself, really, you don't know. The love is real. But this is an interactive live, okay? So, you know, you can jump in the chat and say stuff and talk to me, and I'll respond. I'll talk to you because that's how we do. Yeah, but share the live. You don't know. I'll even, you know what? I'll share the live too. But if you ask me to log into somewhere, I'm not going to do it. But I'm going to share the live as well. So we're all going to share the live together. Oh. And I'm going to say LIVE with exclamation marks. And, oh. That's all I want to say, but I don't even know how to. Okay. Let's see. There we go. So sometimes I like to put the settings on really zoomed in. That doesn't help because then you miss like your post things and all of that. But anyway, I shared the live. I hope you did too. Wheelidon, you ready? You got to wave your hand because I can't really see you. You ready? All right. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on somebody who totally understands what I'm saying when I talk about perseverance, because I'll let him tell you his story himself. Yo.
Well, Goodaz.
Medea, but why are you in the dark? You look like a silhouette. You know, he did this last time, and I didn't call him out on it, but he looks like...
I don't know why it's so dark. Maybe it's because I'm wearing black tonight.
No, it's because your light is behind you. So it's casting a shadow on you. So the light, you should be looking at the light, but it's behind you. But that's how it goes sometimes. Hi, mister.
How are you?
You know, sir, I'm all right. All right. Thank you for letting me vent today, by the way.
It's always my pleasure. You know how we are.
Yeah.
One phone call that should be 15 minutes and it turns out being 2.5, 3 hours.
Yes. We're not going to do that on the podcast because I actually really do want to go to my bed.
Yeah. And I actually just started a beat. I want to finish it before I go to bed.
Oh, can you give us some, what kind of beat is it? This man, by the way, this man is always creating beats. Like, this is his forte. Tell them your website.
It's beatstars.com/beats by Wheelidon. Beatstars.com/beats by Wheelidon. I'm supposed to create a customized domain, but I legit haven't gotten around to doing that because day job has been something straight out of you know where the 9-to-5s come from sometimes. Mm-hmm. And there's just been a lot going on, so I haven't gotten a chance to create the custom domain and all. So yeah,
it'll come. Listen, can I tell you a joke? I have a website. Mm-hmm. It's angiegoodaz.com. But since getting the domain and starting the process of creating the website, it's just been sitting there. It's been in limbo. It's been on pause for a good 3 months now. So I understand that.
But I'm going to tell you something about creating websites, and this is what a lot of people don't know. Even if it doesn't, this is how I am. If I'm doing something, it has to represent me completely.
Yep.
If it doesn't, I'm going to start over 100 times. I do the same with making beats. The funny thing is, I started writing music before I started making beats. Actually writing my own songs. So whenever I'm making a beat, I literally have a whole song on the beat before the beat is done. And that's how I know when the beat is done.
Wow.
So that's just a little, that's just something that happens in my head sometimes.
I get it. I get it. Let me share this tab. And I mean, you know what? There are actually, if I'm really 100% transparent, there are actually elements of this website that I'm gonna change, just in what I do and how I do it, and you know, the things that the things that the Goodaz does. There are things that I'm gonna change. So that entire statement on the say it looks sexy, but I lie. Look how it look nice.
And I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
Being people in the profession that we're in, the entertainment profession, we shouldn't be afraid of changing to suit where we are. So
You
nothing
know, I
should
know that you're
ever be
sending me
cut
a
and dry.
subliminal. I know you know you're a jerk. I know you're sending me a subliminal, sir. Sir, Mr. Sar, me know say I do that, you know. I'm don't rate it. Anyway.
At least I'm not my usual self calling you out full blast.
I'll give you that.
I'm behaving tonight.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, I'm behaving tonight.
I know you chose your words very carefully. You're like, and don't be afraid to change some elements. You're wicked in there, you're wicked bad. We don't like you know. Come on from the show. Come on from the show.
You know me too well. You know me way too much. But it is always a pleasure to have a discussion with you, whether it be on the phone or on the show or through text messages. It's always a pleasure to have a discussion with you. I always learn something.
Oh, do I teach you? Stop this.
I always learn something.
Are you saying I teach you?
Yes, you do.
But you know, you teach me too. So I love the reciprocity that we actually share. It's really cool to have. And Giovanni's my brother. You're not a friend, and I told you this today. You're not my friend. You're my brother.
We're literally family.
You're literally my family.
Yeah.
And the beautiful thing about family is you're not tied to the ones that you share bloodlines with.
You want to know something funny? This is a little look into my personal life. I have 7 siblings.
No, I didn't even know that.
I have 7 siblings. I'm the 5th of 8. And the one I'm closest to is the one that we cuss out each other the most.
I believe it.
No, like literally. If we don't cuss each other out, he doesn't think I'm okay.
I get it.
So he will literally provoke me just for me to cuss his ass out, and then he would say, "Okay, you're okay, fine, I'm gone."
No, sir.
I'm serious. Like, I think it was Sunday night he was leaving, and he started to call me. So Wheelidon, and I'm answering this man. And I had to go to the door. So by the end of some choice words. And I had to say some choice words back. So he knew that I was okay, so he could leave in peace. Because if I was quiet, dude would have went on his way and then came back and then went on his way again to make sure that I was okay. And I think, I love that dynamic because due to my wheelchair, there are a lot of people who walk on eggshells as far as I'm concerned. Don't do that.
I remember when I said, with a business, if you're in a wheelchair, me knock you out of a wheelchair and run you over with it.
No. Okay. A lot of people will hear that and think you're crossing a line. They don't even know that that comes nowhere close to crossing the line.
Mad vibes, wagwan with the wagwan. Welcome to the building.
But yeah, like I love the relationship that I have with my older brother. I love the relationship that I have with you. And there are some few choice people in my life that we have. Is complicated a word?
Yeah.
Because
Complicated how? Are you hold on. Are you friends with benefits?
no.
Okay.
I've been there, done that with those. Not as it it's
Beneficial
not
friends are really not beneficial.
it's not as cut and dry or fun as it seems.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't understand this. Friends with benefits usually become toxic attached friends with benefits.
Oh, not even. I wouldn't even give them the friends with benefits at the end. I would say they just become toxic attachments.
And trust me, I've had a few.
Now, blessed. Are you blessing me? Well, go on. Welcome to the building. Um, yeah. I mean, I'm not. I've tried the friends with benefits thing. It doesn't work for me. I'm just not built that way. Reggae nights, wagwan. I see the people then, but honestly, it always feels like I dance. I don't need to go off topic, really, but I have to talk about this because I'm experiencing the feeling, and I'm pretty sure this must be how a DJ feels. Mad vibes,
Uh-huh.
reggae nights. Tell me if I'm
Uh-huh.
talking. My mom's watching. Tell me if I'm talking garbage or not.
Uh-huh.
The way I feel when I go and I see the people starting to pop up into the chat, or tell me that so and so is watching or people are watching. It feels like when you're in a dance, you string up your sound, say your sound. It's already like the bass a beat, the highs are doing the highs and the mids. It sounds, the sound a chuckle, the sound just it's a hum, the sound is ready.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you start to see the people them filing into the dance. You start to see the people them coming into the dance, and you see the outfits.
That's
And
the best part. That's
yeah,
the
bust
best
a
part.
1, 2 berries, and the people them are rocking at the dance and then feel nice. And that feeling, I'm
That's the
pretty
best part
sure
of it.
it's
That's
a
the best
sexy
part of it.
feeling. Because it's like I built it and they came.
Yeah, that's
Right?
the best
Field of Dreams, that movie, they say if you build it, they will come. Every single time I see the people then starting to file into the chat and come, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're at a party. Am I wrong? Let me ask the DJs. Am I wrong? Oh yes, share the live. Please share the live. It's a high. Reggae Night says it's a high for me. Yeah, because you see the people then share the live, share the live, share the live. It's a huge. Reggae Night says it's a high for me. It's a huge adrenaline rush. Yeah, like, and I'm just learning about this feeling because even when I was on the other show, well, first of all, I never opened up that show. I was never the one to open the show. I made my appearance during the show, but I never opened up. I never opened up the doors. I never was the one to play the first record. So when I would walk in, the dance was already running, and I would just run to the bar, grab a drink, and you know, just start vibing. But when you open up the dance and you see the people that are coming, my gosh, it is nice, not lie. That guy says, feel nice. That's the main reason we do it, to make the people full joy themselves. Yeah, I get it. That's why Angie cannot be a DJ, because I don't think that Baby Goodaz would ever see me. Yeah, I would always be, why we have to play out, Now go play out my stilettos. And I'm playing vinyl, and I'm now lift my crate. I'm now lift my record crate.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's a sexy feeling. So I'm gonna take a moment. Really, again, I apologize, but the brain, you know how I do. I owe you no apologies, man. You're in my zone. But
I understand you. I know how your brain works better than most. So yeah.
Thank you for thank you for watching and every week. I don't even know what number show this is, but I'm going to tell you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in and listening to the Goodaz. Thank you for that. So Wheelie, I mean, this is your first time on the show as a guest,
by myself.
By yourself. So, let me do things properly. Wheelidon, what do you do? I know you make beats. I know you make logos.
Hold on a second. What is it?
Hi.
Hi.
What is it?
Good night.
What is it? Plug in the phone. Plug the phone in, bro. I'm sorry. I'm doing babysitting duties for the next hour. Yeah. Plug the phone in, bro. Plug the phone in. I'll talk to you after. I'll talk to you after.
Yo, but no, see that dead become my camera and watch him. He's like,
do you see what?
You want to see what I'm going?
Goodbye.
Bye.
Good.
Can I get some more water?
Just again, never you guys. Don't finish it.
Oh.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, now you see me in my element. That goes to show how authentic Big and Serious is. It's not something rehearsed. So you get to see us in our element, being our true selves. No pretending, no scripting, just being our true selves.
You know what? You've articulated the vibe of what I wanted Big and Serious to be. Because I don't care if it's I don't care if I'm sharing the screen with somebody in the entertainment industry or just somebody that's in my life that I feel like they need to be heard, or somebody that, I find very interesting. I want you to show up as your authentic self.
Yeah. Okay,
that's fine.
I'm sorry I cut you and I don't mean to cut you, but let's go back to something
this is what we do.
That we were talking about.
And you know what? When we cut each other off, we're so polite about it. Like, sorry to cut you, but anyway, go on.
We were talking about friends with benefits.
Yes.
The reason I can't do that is that I can't be pretentious. I'm not going to be the person to tell you that you're beautiful when I wish I could cover your face with a garbage bag. I'm not going to do that.
No.
I'll behave. I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm going back to the comments on TikTok. Reggae Knight says, even when I stream, just to be engaged with people is beautiful. Live interaction is the best. It's raw. Mad Vibes is laughing. Reggae Knight says, it reminds me of our Ghetto Vibes radio show back in the day. I remember Ghetto Vibes. Mad Vibes says, wow. Wheelie, you really said that? You really said that? You don't say you don't have no manners. You have no behavior.
I should have had some conundrum tonight. I'm sorry.
I don't think you're going to have any decorum or conundrum tonight, so it's okay.
I should have had some decorum tonight. Sorry, some decorum.
Yes, it's a conundrum. What we're about to go into here, but
I usually have, but tonight I forgot it somewhere at the door. I'm sorry.
Decorum, why? From your cuss me, you already did cuss me since night. On my drive home, you already cussed me, and you come, and then you said, so weird. You're not running your podcast tonight. Yes, sir, I'm trying to get home. Yeah. So okay, let me ask you something. Let me ask you this. All right, so you have a friend with benefits that the benefits is running, and say you want to cover her face with a garbage bag. How do you handle that? Yo, I can't even today. I can't. I just can't.
I keep my lights off.
My vibe says use a flag, not a bag.
Wait, sir?
Mad Vibe says use a flag, not a bag. Someone else's flag. Or make sure you don't keep ugly friends.
Or I just turn my lights off.
Oh my gosh. That gives new meaning to Bob Marley's Turn the Lights Down Low.
Trust me, sometimes I lean into that song so much, I live the lyrics because sometimes the lights have to be turned way off. When I say the place has to be pitch black, your imagination has to be what tells you what's going on because you ain't seeing anything.
So in those situations, you have a lot of perseverance.
And a strong stomach too.
You know what? Behave yourself. Behave yourself. You're gone far. You're gone far. No, what's up? Yeah, that is you. That's all I can.
I'll be here. Let's go back on topic because this is going somewhere.
Mad Vibe says, well low. The lights have to be well low. Mad Vibe says, I'm going to behave myself. It looked like nobody's behaving tonight on the show. I don't know what going. Mad Vibes, I don't know what happened. So, if you make a comment and I can't read it, I'll just be like, I can't read this. My mommy's watching the show. Mommy, beat up yourself. I love you so much.
I love you too, Mama. I love you, Mama Goodaz, but let me apologize in advance for my bad behavior. This is not usually an example of who I am on a daily basis. I'm usually well behaved.
Yeah, you better give her the disclaimer. You better give her the disclaimer before she says, Miss Spirit don't take him. And when you have a parent and then Spirit don't take your friend, life is very rough. At them time you have to persevere to keep that the friendship they're going.
So let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a friend that your mama took one look at and said, something like that's money there?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
not even friend. I remember I had a huge crush on this guy.
Oh,
actually, It wasn't even my mom. It was my dad. But my mom, I really feel like my dad would vocalize what my mom would be feeling. Because those two were like, they were like one person, but like good cop, bad cop. Literally, my parents. So I had a crush on this guy, and I really had this huge crush on this guy. Mm-hmm. And the guy came to the house, and we had a long driveway. So the guy came to the house, and he's standing literally at the end of the driveway, and he's on his bicycle. He's on his bicycle, and he's standing at the end of the driveway. And my dad came outside and said to me, no, he came outside and he called me and said, Angie, come here. And Daddy, I'm a daddy's girl. Yes, Daddy. What's up?
I don't like that guy.
Tell that guy to get off of my driveway because he's lowering the property value of my home.
Ooh.
I damn the people nervous by.
He's lowering the property.
He's lowering the property value of my home.
And I thought I was raw. Jesus.
Mad Vibe says, me and this man look like we would have got along. He's talking about Giovanni, by the way. And then he says, you sure you want me on your show? Then no must. Oh, you mean, man? You need to give me a date so we can make it down to light. Mad Vibe says, I've done much worse. Yeah. And I do realize
that it's almost been half hour and we haven't touched the topic
yet,
I know
we haven't touched the topic yet. We will. But let me just say this. I didn't even react like a normal person would have been like, oh my goodness. Oh, No. What did Angie do? Oh, Dad, no, that's so wrong. And we're literally like The guy is at the end of the driveway and we're standing in front of the garage of the house. And I'm like, no, Dad, oh, that's so mean. Laughing my head off.
Remind me never. I will never chat nobody with you because you would have been.
So I'm no
Me not chat nobody with you. Me not chat nobody with you. Me not chat nobody with you. All right.
Especially if they're like close by, don't do it. You know how many times at my day job they have to be like, Angela, just.
No, but one last thing though. In a lot of the conversations that we've had that you've been talking to me and you're like, yo, you need to behave. Imagine if the person that I was talking about was standing 2 feet away from us.
I'd probably be like, yo, if you know what, me know you just take away yourself, you know.
Yo.
Just take away yourself, do yourself a favor and just take away yourself.
In case anybody in the chat is wondering why we are talking like this is something regular.
This is normal behavior for me.
This is normal. I usually misbehave. She tells me to behave. Usually I don't behave, but tonight I have to. But
yeah. Please do. Oh, why does it say the topic is gaming? The topic is not gaming. Oh, look, I can change this. Oh, yo. Okay, I changed the topic of my Big and Serious podcast with Angie Goodaz. Madman says I've done much worse. I have 4 daughters. And he says, boy, them afraid I'm in out. And my advice looks like he's really feisty, you know. I think I'm just lucky that I'm on his good side because I feel like Mad Vibes will shame you and you'll just want to just curl up into a ball and disappear.
Can I say something about daughters though?
Okay. I
think daughters need fathers whose mouth is not always that right. I'm not saying not right disrespectfully.
Yeah.
But not right where they know themselves. Because here's the thing. I've always said that if I ever have daughters, if a man who is going to come into their lives don't mirror the way I treat them when I'm raising them, he's not even going to be able to come to my door. Yeah. I will shoot him in the head.
But even so, even for her, like, okay, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I know for me, it was hard for me because my dad treated me very well, very, very well. So I always told him, like, you have big shoes to fill.
And they should.
These shoes are too big, man. Like, these people can't fill these shoes. Like, you're leaving me in this is such a conundrum.
No, but here's the thing. Men who want to date young women should have big shoes to fill. But I think modern day society has left men being okay with being barefoot and putting them big dirty foot in a people girl picnic life and making a muck and then walking out and then big dirty footprint left there. And then good men are left to heal these women and go through all of the things that they didn't start in the first place. Yeah. The standard for manhood and what men should be has dropped drastically.
Ooh.
It's dropped.
Ooh. Are we changing today's topic? Because I feel like this is a hot topic. Yo, let's get into it. Talk it. Like, Big and Serious. Wagwan.
The standard for manhood has dropped.
What makes you say that?
Like, okay. Men are measured by the amount of money that they have and the size of their third leg.
Wait, back up. Say that again. Yo. Say that again.
Men are measured in modern day society by the amount of money they have and the size of their third leg.
Okay, let me play
Case
devil's
in point.
advocate.
Case in point.
Okay.
I asked somebody who's a good man, and she said to me, somebody who can take care of me. I asked her to define take care of me. She said somebody who can give me money, take me out, buy me this, buy me that, and I'm like, you're an idiot.
Oh, shit. Did you actually tell her you're an idiot? Did you actually say to her you're an idiot?
Yeah.
I believe it.
You know me. Because here's the thing. If you measure a man by what he can do for you physically and financially, you are going to be moving from man to man because you're going to be searching for your father in every man.
Yeah.
Because your father would have been the only man to love you unconditionally.
Yeah.
And you are going to get to a point of searching for your father in every man. And if your father didn't love you unconditionally, you're going to grow up with daddy issues. And instead of looking for a husband, you're going to be looking for a father. So when he starts to kick your ass, you're going to feel like it's acceptable because you were looking for that in the first place.
Yeah. And can I take a moment to say, fathers, don't hit your daughters.
Fathers should love their daughters.
I mean, I never got hit by my dad, but
fathers should love their
he had
daughters.
that level of authority, though.
Fathers should love their daughters, but here's the thing: society has made it taboo for a father to be a real father.
Explain. You got. Okay, explain. I want to explain this to you.
If a father takes their daughter on a shopping trip, oh, she there with one big man. The assumption is if a father takes a daughter on a shopping trip,
if a father takes his daughter on a shopping trip,
the first assumption is that he's her spouse or she's with him for money. It's never, oh, he's such a good dad.
Oh, so they just automatically assume that the two of them dead.
Yes, really because sad. That's where society is. Because society measures a man by the amount of money that they... Society is transactional.
Society is transactional.
The society has become so transactional. Like, if you do something for somebody, they don't think that you can do it because of how good you are and the goodness of your heart anymore. It's automatic that they want something in return. I've had situations where I've said good morning beautiful to a young woman, and 20 minutes later she's asking me when she can come over.
To do what? Because you said good morning? Oh, what kind of woman that's that to man?
But here's the thing.
Oh, what?
Good morning was followed by a long conversation. Okay. But here's the thing. Young women, especially the ones that don't know what it's like to be actually loved the right way, crave attention and crave acceptance. If you show them the difference between a man and a child, they will automatically gravitate to you. But because society is so transactional, they will leave you the good guy for somebody who has more money. But then 20, 30, 40 months later, they be calling you and be like, oh, I think we should go back to being friends. Go back to be friends for what?
or I miss you. But guys do that too, though.
Guys do it too. And I'm going to tell you something. Both guys and women are saying, oh, I need a good man and I need a good woman. If you need a good man or a good woman, check the person you put in your friend zone.
Yeah. It's usually
most of the men that women friend zone are the men that would do anything on the face of the earth for them.
Yeah.
That's why I say that the standard for manhood has dropped, because most of the men in the friend zone are actually the providers and the protectors of this society. But the providers and the protectors of this society come with boundaries, not taking bull from anybody, and come with what they want a woman to be in their lives.
Yeah.
But they want the dirty footman then to come into their life, barefoot and left footprint and walk back out.
Footprint in your head back. No, sorry, that's not nice.
Not even in a your head back. Usually the footprint is a fatherless child.
Oh.
And then
Ouch.
stepdads come into play. And you have some stepdads that are amazing. I will give you that. But
go on.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, I don't want you to broad stroke this thing.
Uh-huh.
Be careful, tread lightly, sir, because we will leave you.
You have stepdads that are amazing. You have. I'm going to try to tread lightly.
Please tread lightly.
I'm going
only
to try.
because
I'm going to try.
Fiery,
but let me say this. This is the last thing I'm going to say on that, because this is going to get out of control if I don't minute it. The long and short of it, the reason why I think that the standard for manhood has dropped in society modern day is because men don't put emphasis on being providers and protectors anymore.
But now, okay, let me play devil's advocate now. And I'm just playing devil. I promise you, I'm just trying to squeeze the juice out of this conversation. So, do you feel that the men feel that way because the women have put them in that position?
Sometimes, yes. Because women want to be pursued, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many women who want to be pursued are actually worth pursuing?
Ouch. I mean, I want to be pursued, and I know I'm worth pursuing.
No, you are worth pursuing, but here's the thing. For me, a woman who is worth pursuing is one that is looking for more than a good time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I want a husband.
Because here's the thing. If you want a husband, you have to be a wife. How many women know what it's like to be a wife, or what it takes to be a wife? It's not cooking. It's not washing, cooking, and cleaning and sexual attention.
There's way more to it than that.
I want peace. If you are not giving me peace, I can use money to get everything else.
But are you using the peace to go and do foolishness?
No, but here's the thing.
Because you have to be careful. Like, okay, with that statement alone, I want peace. Oftentimes when a man says to you, I want peace, it's because he wants to be able to go outside and do whatever with whomever, whenever, without
that's why
at home.
Okay. If I say to you, I want peace, this is what peace means to me.
Okay. Define peace. I think that's probably where we need to start.
Yeah, this is what peace means to me.
Reggae says no. No, Goodaz, you're wrong. Anyway, go on.
This is what peace means to me. If I say to you that I want peace, if I say to you that I want peace, what I actually want. Hold on a sec.
He's distracted. I could tell when he started repeating himself, he's being distracted. Okay, Reggae Nice says no. So Reggae Nice, elaborate.
Just bring me go, and then go up Bala when I come back and pick me. Make sense? Yeah. But yeah, like for me, this is what peace means. To me, if I ask you for peace, I want a safe space to be a weak form of a man.
Oh, I like that. I want to say that again. I want a safe space to be a weaker form of a man.
Yes.
I'm going to put that in the chat.
Because here's the thing, right? Hear me out. Men are socialized to always be leaders and be strong. But men are usually the ones more prone to breaking down, but they just never show it. Ever.
Sorry.
Men never show when they're going through things, ever. And it's because society has brought them to a point of not being able to do so. And if they can't be that when they're in their element and in their own castle, then that's not peace.
Yeah. Yeah. I was watching I want to say it was James Baldwin interview, and he was talking about a show where, or he was talking about something where he was saying, like, basically, I don't want to have to go outside and fight the world and then come home and fight you too, right? Like, you know, I get what you're saying. Okay, there's some comments. So Reaganite says, because I'm not going out there to go and play. So when he's talking about I need peace, I already have what I need. Oh, big up your wife, Panda one day already. Oh, my nose is running. I already have what I need, he says. But a man can be strong for his woman, but we never show our soft side. Men hurt more than what a female thinks, or men hurt more than what women think. I believe that. I have to get a Kleenex. I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. Really, you can just share your thoughts with the massive. I'll be right back.
Open the door.
My nose started running.
Water.
This topic is spicy. My nose started running. Okay.
I agree with the chat that says that men go through more than what women think. Because think about it like this. Men are judged on a totally different plane than women.
Yeah.
Men are judged on it. Think about, okay, so I'm 30, right? Before I get married, I have to have a house. I have to have a good job. I have to be earning a certain amount of money. I have to have a car. And I have to be stable by society standards.
To be able to provide for her.
Able to provide for her. All a woman needs to do is show up.
You just gotta look good, girl.
You just have to look good and show up. Now, imagine a man wanting to be with somebody and then having to be told, you need to fit this standard before I can date you or before I can be with you. Gone are the days when women would say to a man, okay, as long as you have this, we can work together for you to get this.
Yeah.
The man has to have everything before he goes in.
Enough women want the ready done men. And I mean, some of those men are so jaded though. That's the problem. Thank you. Reagan, I says bless you, thank you. Mad Vibe says, I was always taught to never show weakness.
Precisely my point. Men are taught never to listen. Your topic was supposed to be perseverance tonight, right?
Well, I feel like it kind of is on a level. We persevere. Like, are we persevering as a society?
Your topic was supposed to be perseverance tonight.
Yeah, but you know what? If I actually pull up my notes, because I always put down some notes as to what I want to talk about on the show. Tonight's topic is perseverance, and I'm talking about perseverance at home, perseverance at work, perseverance financially, and perseverance in relationships. So, I mean,
Yeah, but I'm gonna share something a bit personal with you, right?
mm-hmm,
I'm a hard worker. You know this.
mm-hmm,
If I say I'm doing something, best believe I'm doing it. I don't care how hard it is.
yep.
I've had to literally go through life with women telling me, oh, you're in a wheelchair, I can't date you because you can't give me what I need.
Mad Vibes wants to join the convo. Send me your email on WhatsApp, and I'll email you the link.
Literally. I've had to live with women telling me, oh, you can't give me what you need because you're in a wheelchair. It's not that I can't give you what you need, it's because you can't handle what comes with me giving you what you need.
Ooh.
Because men are taught not to show emotions, the minute that men start to show the fruits of what not being able to show emotions bring, women say that we're abusive, that we're toxic, that we're controlling. And if you had given us the opportunity to not be who society made us to be when we were with you, we wouldn't have to be.
Mm-hmm.
Men are forced when they're in relationships to be defensive. Literally. We have to defend our family. We have to defend our wife. We have to defend this. We have to defend that. We have to defend that. Who defends us?
Mm-hmm.
Society has built men to defend ourselves. Listen, I'm in a wheelchair, for crying out loud. I cannot tell you the amount of times I've literally been on the road and people look me dead in the face and say, listen, you're in a wheelchair, you can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes back to relationships and finding peace in your relationship. If I go on the road and everybody in society is telling me, you cannot do this, you cannot do that, the least I want is to be able to go home, be kissed on the head, be put on the melons on your chest, and you stroking my hair and telling me, listen, you can do anything, I believe in you. 9 out of 10 men never hear I believe in you from their spouse. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I know I'm a different breed, but yeah, you're right. And it's funny because I think like, and we fail to realize that the tongue is very powerful, and what we say is very powerful. And the person that we're with, or like as a wife, my husband should get the best version of me, but yet he gets the most abusive version of me, right?
I wouldn't say it's abusive though.
I mean abusive. When I say abusive, I mean like the most unkind version. Because maybe I'll answer you however I feel like, without any thought as to how my words or my tone or whatever is affecting you. I'm just going to respond.
Here's the thing. In my mind, the same way men are trained not to show emotions, women are trained to have expectations. I was in a relationship once where my spouse looked at me and said, the simple fact that I'm not raising my voice as much as her or arguing as much as her means I don't love her.
Yeah, but you have to look at what is she used to? Where is she coming from with that? Like,
exactly my point. So because of what she's used to and because of where she's coming from, she has an expectation that I'm going to match her energy. And when I don't, she says I don't love her. So women are bred on expectations. If you are used to, you said that you've always told men that they have big shoes to fill.
I never told them. I told my dad.
You told their dad.
I told my dad that his shoes are too big. I never told the men because I feel like, and hey, maybe I idolized my dad. Maybe I put my dad on like a super high pedestal, right? Mm-hmm. But the way that my dad for me was, I don't think there's ever a man out there that can actually match that.
No,
right?
but watch this. You have the expectation that the man that you marry and spend the rest of your life with is going to match this.
No, I don't. That's how high the pedestal is that my father's on.
Oh.
So it's, well, what height can you reach? How close to that can you
But
be?
you at least have the expectation that he's going to try to treat you right. That's the
Oh,
thing.
he has to treat me right. Well, the expectation is you're going to treat me right.
That's
if
my
you're not
point.
treating me right, I'm
That's
out.
my point. That's my point. So because the expectation is that he's going to treat you right, what does treating you right look like?
Well, it's different for every person. That's why you got to have conversations.
True.
Because I don't need your
And
money.
because
I got my own.
exactly, and because men are socialized to not express themselves or express their emotions, we use money to solve everything. So the minute that we can't give you money to shut you up, we don't know what else to do, and then we start to get to a point of feeling anxious and agitated because we can't do the usual.
Yeah, but don't you think that, like, I feel like there's a lack of communication there. Like, I really feel like there's a lack.
Yeah, there
if I have
is.
a problem,
There
hold
is
on.
a lack
If
of
I-
communication.
If I have a problem, right? If I have a problem with my spouse and he feels like throwing money at me is going to make it better, he's going to have problems. So I
He's
feel
going
like
to have
there
problems,
has to
but
be,
here's the
like,
other
you
question.
have to communicate with each other and talk
Mhm.
to each other about these things before you even decide to walk down any aisles, or before, you this is a must, and this is what people are not doing. Right? So they're not understanding, like, what is your love language? What do you require from me? What do you need from me? Like, people are not having these conversations.
But
And
can
then they
I
end
play
up in
devil's
these problems.
advocate though? Can I play devil's advocate though?
Absolutely.
Okay. How many women are open doors to having these types of conversations?
I don't know, and I don't care.
That's
Being
the
honest.
point. That's the point.
I
The
mean-
reason why a lot of the reasons why most of these conversations are not had is because when men want to have them, women say that we're overthinking and acting weak, and she wants a real man. And when she gets the real man, she doesn't know how to handle it, because real men don't usually come with the things that you expect.
You know what? I think it has to be like a I disagree with you so bad. I can't even. Hold on. I'm gonna go back into the chats for a second. All right. Reggae Night says, "When you see me listening to my music, that's my comfort zone." And Mad Bug says, "I wish I got in on this combo." I know. We need to bring you on the show, Mad Bugs. Okay. All right. I think because, man, it depends on the individual.
It does.
It depends.
does.
Like, I think because for me personally, with all the things that I have experienced, I am very vocal on what my requirements are. And it has nothing to do with money.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And everything to do with communication, and everything to do with empathy and reciprocity. Like, these are the things that I value. It has everything to do with, quality time and touch. So I'm a big communicator, and I know I'm an anomaly, and this is why even in terms of having friendships with women, I don't have women friends. I'll be honest. I'm gonna say that on this podcast. I don't have women friends. I have women that I vibe with, but there's no one out there that can actually genuinely say that she's Angie's like tight friend. Because I don't expose my life like that. And from what I've learned, people who consider themselves to be your friends. So I would say I don't have friends in the societal definition of friends, because in society, if you're a woman and you have friends, you are sharing your bedroom stories, you are sharing your relationship stories, you're talking about the foundation and the foundation that happened last night. And I don't do that. I ain't doing it. I'm not talking about what my man does, because guess what? When I was a kid and I used to do that and I was married and I would tell the people them wagwan, the people them I tried there with my man. So we don't do that around here.
Two things.
So that's why I say I don't have friends.
Two
Because
things.
I'm not telling you my life. You're not gonna find out my life story. You're just not gonna find out what's going on behind my closed doors. So when you say that women are not willing to have these conversations with their men, I don't care about what they're doing. I care about me and what I need and what my requirements are. And I feel like if more and more people cared about what they need and went about, respectfully talking about what they need and having conversations with people that they are choosing to lay down with and do all these things with, then we would all be in a better position. If a woman, listen, I'm not going to wrong. If a woman feels like, yo, my requirements are that I need to get my hair and nails done every 2 weeks, and you have to fund that. Those are her requirements. She needs to go find a man that's going to be able to live up to that. You got to have those conversations, right?
Okay. Can I cut
Absolutely.
in? Because here's the difference between you and the women that are not willing to have these conversations.
Mm-hmm.
One word: growth.
Yeah.
When you get to a point of understanding who you are, you get to a point of not caring what society sees you as.
Yeah.
And this is even another reason why I say that the standard for manhood has dropped. No woman is going to say to a man, "Oh, I expect my hair and nails to be done at this and this and this time of the year."
You'd be surprised. There are women that actually do say it.
There are women that do, but here's the thing. There are men, and I've seen it myself because I have male friends. I've seen it myself. There are men who will literally go up to a woman and tell her, I think I want to help you get your hair done. Mm-hmm. Or I think I'd want to help you get your nails done because I'd like to take you out.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with getting a woman's hair and nails done. There's nothing wrong with it. I would for my wife. Mm-hmm. But the point I'm trying to make is this. You have gotten to a point where you've grown out of what society expects a woman to be. And you've grown to a point where you now see what you want yourself to be, and you strive to be that. Right?
But I'll be honest with you. Again, I'm an anomaly because I really never cared about what society wanted me to be, because I was always for me personally, I never was comfortable in the cliques and the crowds and all this because they were never nice to me.
Exactly my point. But here's the thing. And I'm gonna hit on something else that you were talking about. Friend in the traditional sense. I think that a big reason why most relationships are having problems is because married people are taking advice from single toxic people. If I am married or in a relationship, if you're single, you have no place telling me how to run my relationship. Screw that and screw you.
That was my mistake.
Screw that and screw you.
Yeah.
Because if I come to you as a single man and I'm married and I say to you, yo, some wife now cook the food the way I like it. Yeah, go tell me, say, yo, find another woman.
Just so? Not even like help her cook it or tell her what you need?
Because him not know the difference. Experience teaches wisdom. If you have no experience being in a long-term relationship, you will not give advice that can keep a long-term relationship.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
I'd rather go to a man that's been married for 30 years with 3 outside children but still married that will tell me
He's a real G. Sorry.
that will tell I would rather talk to a man that like that will tell me, listen, if she can't cook the food the way how you like it, talk to her and tell her how you like it. We had a conversation recently about women and their expectations sexually.
Yeah.
And cheating. We had a conversation like that. And I remember one part of the conversation is, I think it was either you or I saying the reason why some people cheat is because something along the lines of not having communication to know what another person likes or don't like.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I agree that it comes down to communication, but a big reason why much communication is not in a relationship is because we are taking advice from single people who don't know what it's like to have a relationship. And that's also another reason why I say the standard for manhood has dropped. When I was growing up, I didn't grow up with my father. I didn't. And I grew up around men who smoked, drank, dehumanized and objectified women. I found solace and I found examples in men who were providers and protectors and who would knock it in my head that, listen, you do not just provide with money, you also provide with keeping your woman safe emotionally, intellectually, physically, mentally, and all of them.
Say that again.
You don't just provide with money, you provide by keeping your woman safe emotionally, mentally, intellectually, spiritually, all of them. The standard.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So you said that the people or the men, the examples that you had were like objectifying women and doing all this. So what made you seek out a different type of man to have as a role model?
Do you want the truth or do you want the politically correct answer?
Give me the truth.
I grew up seeing my father being the exact same thing I was seeing around me. And when I was 6, I told myself that I will not be like him at 6. He smoked, he drank. I decided that I was not going to be that. It might not be the same for everybody, but here's the thing. Society has gotten to a point where a man will say to you, listen, I'm paying the bills. I buy your clothes. I do your hair. I do your nails. You don't tell me what to do. That's where society has gotten. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's true.
That's where society has gotten. Society has forgotten the simple fact that, listen, you might be the head of the house, but the woman is the neck. And without a neck, you're dead. And if the only thing that you provide a household is money, you're going to get cheated on. The reality is it. That's the reality of it.
She might take your money and go give it to Joe Grind.
And I've seen, me not get too much in my business because my business is a mix-up show waiting to happen. Me not get too much in my business. But I will say this. The reality is, the reason why relationships don't work in this day and age is because relationships have become more transactional and less authentic and spiritual. And when I say spiritual,
okay, let me. So with the authenticity of the relationship, though, could it be that people are just not even showing up in their lives authentically as themselves? So if I'm not even authentic in my life and everything is a character, I've cultivated this character, and this is the character is who you see. Well, how am I going to have an authentic relationship with my person?
That comes with having peace, in my mind at least. Because here's the thing. If I work in the public sector I'm going to be expected to walk into that place every single day in a shirt and tie, a shoe shine to the point where when you look down you can see your face, and a pants for the seam them straight to the point if a piece of paper on it to body a cut.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When I get home, I'm not that person. The authentic me is the person that will come home, drop my head on your shoulders, kiss you on your neck, bite you on your ears, tickle you till thy kingdom come, kiss you and ask you if you want something to eat, go get you something to eat, and then come back and tell you that I'm hungry. And if you ask me if I want food, I tell you, no, I want you. That's my authentic self. I cannot be my authentic self in society because society wants me to be something else.
Yeah, but I mean that version of, I mean, that's just a version of you though. I mean, I'm not gonna go out to work and behave in a manner that I would behave with my partner.
No,
right?
you're not. You're not.
So it would be different versions. So I mean, showing up authentically would be like in whatever situation you are staying true to the core elements of you, who you are.
Okay, let me ask you this. All right, let me ask you this. Who are you?
I'm a ray of light.
Okay. Are you a ray of light everywhere that you go?
I'm a ray of light where I feel that I should be.
My point.
So, and I mean, you're getting a version of Angie that is in her FU 40s.
Okay.
So, I mean, even at work,
would it also
I'm
be
gonna
true
speak
to
my
say?
mind. I'm gonna speak my mind, and that's what it is. Of
Would it
course,
also be
obviously-
true to say though? Would it also be true to say that the version of Angie that you get is the version that your personality and that the energy that you're giving off asks for?
Well, I'm gonna no, because I'm not gonna allow you to change my energy. You're not altering my energy. The old Angie would have allowed you to alter who I am or alter my energy, but now I'm gonna move accordingly. So if your energy dictates to me that you do not deserve to have me in your energy space, I will move accordingly.
That's the thing. And
Right? So, but that doesn't mean that I'm altering who I am as a person.
no, and you shouldn't. But here's the point I'm trying to make, right? To me, and these are my opinions, I'm by no means an expert.
Hey,
But to
neither am I,
me,
honey.
But to me, being authentic in a relationship is from the jump. If me a drunker, me I go tell you say me a drunker from the jump.
Mhm.
I understand what you mean when you say that society has made people pretentious.
Mhm.
And it goes back to the reason why I can't be a friend with benefits, because I'm not pretentious. But here's the thing. When a man wants to be a good man, he will tell you who he is from the jump.
Yeah.
Nothing will catch you by surprise.
Yeah.
So if I tell you who I am from the jump, you are supposed to know that sometimes I'm gonna come home and all I want to do is lay on my bed, you lay on my chest, I play in your ear, and we watch a movie together.
Mhm.
I'm not coming. If I have to come home to World War II, me now come home, me I go find peace somewhere else. And the thing is that because society standards for men has dropped so much, if you are somebody seeking peace, if you are somebody seeking authenticity, if you are somebody seeking any form of truth, then the spell sends you stay single.
According to society?
Let me explain.
Yeah, you need to explain that one because I refuse
Okay.
to give up wanting those things.
Okay.
Mad Vibe says marriage is a team, by the way.
Marriage is a team. but it's also not 50-50.
I feel like you're touching on so many different subjects.
Marriage is but it goes back to what society sees men and women as. Marriage is a team, but it's also not 50-50. And I'm going back to the point when I say men, the standards for men in society has dropped, but here's the reason why it's dropped. Men see provision as providing material things. And because women see men as only being willing to provide material things, they put themselves in positions to look like they want it or expect it. So no longer are women looking for men to provide for them in every way possible. Because in a some women head, I'm not going to generalize this. Some of the women that I've dealt with, I've had a woman tell me that she has a man for every single need that she has.
Oh.
So it's no longer a situation. It's no longer a situation where you try to find a man to meet the needs of your authentic self. It's, you try to find a man that looks good on social media because chances are you will look good on your arm.
Bless up yourself, Mad Vibes. Mm-hmm.
So the standards for men and women have dropped based on what social media makes it look like. I will never, okay, this is going to sound strange.
We're going to go for 15 more minutes and then we're going to stop. We're past the time. But go on.
A big turn off for me is a woman that is not well spoken. I'm going to get a lot of flack for this.
Mm-hmm.
A big turn off for me is a woman that's not well spoken. And when I say well spoken, I don't mean that you need to be book intelligent.
Right.
But at least be able to have a conversation that is not so much about what I can do for you, but what we can do for each other.
Mm-hmm. Or even like aspirations, goals. Like, I get what you're saying.
That's another thing too. Can you find a man who is 20 to 30, let's say 20 to 30, who can actually, how many men can you find between the ages of 20 and 30 who can tell you what their goals and aspirations are, except for making money?
Well, I don't know because I don't vibe with you. Tell me. I don't know. You're asking somebody
not many
20 years older than that range.
Not many, and here's why. Society has gotten to a point where men are now literally judged by the amount of money that they have. So that's how manhood is judged. So it's no longer, okay, I want to have money so I can take care of a family. It's, I want to have money so I can get this car, get this house. Family is the last thing on the agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Men are no longer wanting to provide and protect. And women no longer want providers and protectors, because providers and protectors are usually the men that are put through the most crap and the ones that have boundaries. Women no longer want to be led. Well, some of them no longer want to, at least in my generation.
Yeah, please.
In my generation.
I'm going to be honest with you.
This
conversation is flying over my head right now because I don't relate.
I know.
I'm being honest. I'm being so honest. Like it's
I know, but here's the thing, right?
As long as you know, and I know you know.
I know. It might be flying over a lot of people's heads, but this is what I'm going to say. You said we have 15 minutes left. This is the last thing I'm going to say. Perseverance. Yes. You have to be perseverance. You have to persevere for self. But society has brought it to a point where perseverance is now, I'm going to tell you what you cannot do, and you're either going to fall in line or I'm going to push you out. and that's something that
Okay.
I've dealt with in my life. You have to fall in line or you get pushed out. I think you're frozen there.
Weird. Yeah,
Oh, you're
I missed a whole bunch of what you. I missed a whole bunch of what you said.
okay. Society has changed the definition of what perseverance should be. As a person, you should be able to persevere for yourself. You should
Yeah.
see something that you want and go after it,
Yeah, definitely.
right? But again, it's going to go back to my previous point. The standard for men and women in my generation, let me say in my generation,
Yeah, because you've lost me so much. I apologize because I'm like,
in my generation,
yeah,
has fallen because perseverance is no longer necessary.
you think so though, or are they persevering for other things?
Because things have gotten so easy. It's gotten so easy to find a spouse. It's gotten so easy to make money. It's gotten so easy to have all the nice things in life. It's gotten so easy to have these things where the standards for perseverance and the standards for being a good person, the standards for being a good man, the standards for being a good woman has dropped because things have become so easy. If I want a woman, I just need to have 100 grand in my pocket and I have a good time for a week.
100 grand
I-
Jamaican.
Eh?
100 grand Jamaican. So
100 grand
$1,000
Jamaican in Jamaica, yes.
Yes, let's
Yes.
specify.
Even if I don't say in Jamaica, I mean in Jamaica where I am.
Yeah.
Things have gotten so easy in society as we know it that there's no need. People don't see the need to persevere anymore.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean when I say that in my generation, the standards for being a man has dropped. Because when I was growing up, listen, I used to see men literally build a house themselves.
Yeah.
They say that they want a house and they will literally buy the blocks 2 by 2
Yeah.
and run them themselves.
Yeah.
Now it's easy. You want a house and you go buy one.
Yeah.
Or you want a house and you pay somebody to build it.
Yeah.
Don't ask where they get the money from because we're not going to get into that. But the fact is, the reason for me, and this is just generalizing and closing,
Yeah.
the reason for me why the standards for men and women have dropped in my society, in the society in my generation,
Mhm.
is because it's gotten so easy to be a pretentious version of what society wants you to be and fall in line
As opposed to being authentic.
as opposed to being authentic. And that's where the breakdown comes with relationships. That's where the breakdown comes with parenting. That's where the breakdown comes with just being who you are. And that's where people become depressed. Because the minute that you cannot be what society wants you to be, you start to see yourself as being less than who you are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Take it from somebody who knows.
Yeah.
The
How do you
standards
pass-
for what a
How do
man
you pass that?
okay.
Like,
I can only speak
how-
personally.
so let's look at it from a solutionary standpoint, right? So, like, what do you think, right, for your generation? Because I'm old. So, what do you
Not that old.
what do you think for your generation is something that would be beneficial in order to get to movements where there's a shift in the thought process of society?
Understand that social media is just that, media.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it for me.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the standards that my generation uses to judge somebody's success
Mm-hmm.
is based on what they see on social media. Everybody wants to be an influencer.
Yeah.
Everybody wants the latest here that they see on social media. Everybody
Yeah.
wants the latest this. So that's a big part of it. Understand that social media is just that, the media.
Yeah.
It doesn't define who you are or who you are supposed to be. And also, another part of it,
Yeah.
be willing to color outside the lines. Be willing
Yeah.
to color outside of the
You know what? I
lines.
started coloring outside the line. Oh, it's so phenomenal.
Be okay with shaking some. Be okay with shaking some trees.
Ruffling some feathers as well.
Be okay with walking into a room and having people laugh at you. Be okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you get to a point of being okay with that, you are going to be able to get to a point of understanding that, listen, people just talk either because they fear the change that you are going to make by being who you are,
Mm-hmm.
or they see your standards and don't know how to live up to them. People hate what they can't control and fear what they don't understand. Be the one that people hate and fear. Because, let me speak from a personal perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I used to use my wheelchair to define me. You know this better than anybody.
Yeah.
I
To
used
help
to
you
use
stop that.
I used to use it to define me. I never went on the road. I used to worry about being a music producer. I used to worry about all these things.
Yeah.
And thanks to you and some other people who I love to death and I will not mention, I've got to a point of understanding you are not your circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Your circumstances help to make you who you become.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that for young people to start to understand the value of perseverance, they need not to look at what their circumstances are and define themselves based on their circumstances,
Mm-hmm.
but decide that my circumstances are my propeller, are the things that are going to push me to what I need to become.
My circumstances are my propeller.
That's perseverance to me.
Yes.
Now I get up every single day and I make a beat, and whether you like it or not, it's your business.
Yeah.
I'm willing to color outside the lines. I am not going to get up and do the same thing that I see everybody doing just because I want likes and views on social media.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so easy, because you can go on TikTok, and if you get a certain amount of followers and a certain amount of this on lives, and you get a certain amount of gifts, there's nothing wrong with it. But it's gotten so easy to make money from these things that young people are willing to do so many things to get to that point.
Yeah. And that's the losing the authenticity of yourself, right?
Because you're stuck trying to be what everybody else wants you to. You're putting on this picture on TikTok.
Yeah, you're doing it for the likes or whatever and stuff.
Okay, so you go, you book a hotel for a day, and you go on TikTok and you have a live, and you are in this 5-star hotel, and as far as people are concerned, it's your house. But you go back home and you're working on building your house.
Yeah.
I grew up in a time where people used to be proud of working on something.
Yeah.
People used to be proud, and they used to not give a crap what people thought. That's when perseverance was at its peak, because you used to be proud of who you are, of what you work for, regardless of the time it took.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because of social media and the expectations of society, men now judge themselves by the amount of money they make and the size of their junk, because women are going to come on social media and say, oh, if you're this small, I don't want you.
Yeah.
And men are going to come on social media, and if you're driving a flat Nissan, one of them Nissan, and them are going to tell us, oh, not now go and fear car you drive flat Nissan and me drive Crown. But I tell them the Crown, and not for them, if they crash it, then get shared.
It's a rental. Yeah.
A rental around social media.
Yeah.
And I will say that to anybody, a rental around social media.
Yeah.
And the pretentiousness and the lack of authenticity is putting people in debt. You know how much people who are money figure Freedom Street right now?
I didn't even, this has to be another conversation. I didn't even think about the backlog. Listen, Devani, Mr. Wheelidon.
And the reason why a lot of people hold money is because they wanted pictures for social media.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, this generation has forgotten how to persevere because everything is so easy. And they want it to be easy. Relationships should be easy. Making money should be easy. Finding success should be easy. It's not. It is not. And the quicker you get things is the quicker you're going to lose it, because without having to persevere to get it, you will not understand its value.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
And everything I've said tonight, even if it might have sounded like gibberish, comes back down to this: if a woman is too easy to get, she's not valuable.
Ouch! But can you even really say that?
Yes, you can. In this generation, you can. In this generation.
Okay, in your generation.
In my generation, you can. Okay. And a lot of people in my generation are going to cuss me out, but it's true. A woman who you have to work for in this generation is going to be the best thing ever. And you want to know why? She's going to understand the value of herself and the value of what she expects and what she wants.
Yes.
And they have gotten so few in this generation that it's almost crazy why people wonder why men would rather marry outside of their culture, outside of their race, and even outside of their language. It's not because women are not down here. It's because women in my generation, some of them lack the kind of substance a man who is ready to mature wants. So everything in society comes down to perseverance and being willing to work for it. So in closing, I'm going to say this. For the young people in my generation to get to a point of having perseverance or wanting to persevere, be proud of where you are. Be proud of what you had to do to get there.
Yeah.
And look at the richest people in the world and understand that, listen, most of them weren't rich at your age.
Yeah. Most
of them had to work.
A lot of people don't even start hitting their stride until they're like older, right?
I'm 30 and I'm just starting to make some money.
Yeah.
When I say money, I mean real money.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm starting to make real money is because I'm 30 and I now understand how money is made and how you continue to make money.
Yeah. How do you use that tool? Money's a tool, right?
It's a tool. Stop seeing social media as the be all and end all of your life and see it as a tool.
Yeah.
See everything that you have as a tool to push you forward, and don't let society dictate who you are, who you want to be, or who you see yourself as being.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Love where you are. Love who you are.
Yes.
Be proud of what you have. If I want shoes you have, make sure it's one white or one black one, or rock it till the bottom fall off.
Yes.
Don't force yourself to get to a point of being who you don't know how they got there. Because a lot of the people who we see having what we find as or what we see as success,
Mhm.
you wouldn't want to know half the things that they had to
They
do
did to get there. Yeah. I know
because
my dad always said don't envy people for what they have because what they did to get it might kill you.
you would not
Yeah.
you would not do it.
Yeah. You wouldn't do what they do. And it doesn't necessarily have to be it doesn't necessarily big up all the TikTok viewers. Thank you for all the likes. I love it. And share the live, although the live's gonna end soon anyway. But y- you you don't know. And I mean, I'm not saying that it has to be something bad or illegal or
No, it
unpeaceful.
doesn't.
No,
It
it's
doesn't.
nothing like that. But I mean, maybe people were working 12-hour shifts and you can't handle that.
Maybe people clean toilets.
And maybe you can't handle. Maybe your stomach can't deal with that.
You
Right?
have people in this world who started to get where they are by cleaning toilets.
Yeah.
You're not going to clean toilets with their French tip nails, darling. There.
Yeah.
You're not going to clean toilets with your manicure
Yeah.
nails. You're not going to smear your makeup with a mask over your lips. So when you take care of you look like Chucky's sister.
You're saying out of sense. I'm back to cussing you.
No, it's true.
Yeah. It's true.
Accept where you are.
Yes.
Accept where you are and be okay with it.
Yeah.
Accept where you are, be okay with it, and understand that, listen, everybody has success at different points in their life. It does not mean that you will not find yours.
Yeah.
And
I
no,
think that's a thing too. Like this whole timeline bullshit. Sorry, Mom. This timeline foolishness is crazy. Because even at my age, a divorcee, getting her stride in her career now, people would say she's washed up. Like she's not going to find a relationship, or she's not going to, there's not a possibility for her to get married or whatever at that age. And it's like, no, you don't dictate what happens.
I'm smiling because I said this to somebody yesterday.
Really?
And this is going to make you laugh.
Uh-huh.
Now make your baby daddy stop your friend and find your husband.
Don't make your baby daddy stop your friend and find your husband. Him out there, man. Just him out there. But you have to be the thing that you want. And this is like a whole other conversation. I'm nasty with you all night, pan this year live. You're really that come up on my bed. But you got to be the thing that you want to attract anyway. Right?
And you have to be okay with being that.
Yeah. And you said earlier, like, people want a husband, but they don't want to be a wife.
Dry me out.
But even people want to be a boyfriend, but they don't know how to, like, they want to have a girlfriend, but they don't know how to be a boyfriend.
Hold on. One thing I'm going to say, then you're going to cut it off, yeah?
Mm.
If all of your energy I tell you you want to be a girlfriend, don't look my direction. I don't want a girlfriend, I want a wife.
Well, I mean, because not everybody wants.
I understand where you're coming from, but here's the thing.
I'm just trying to universalize it.
No, but here's the thing. You don't need a certificate or a ring to be a wife.
Well, this is true.
A wife is not a title.
This is true.
A wife is not a title.
It's a state of being.
The good book says that a man that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor. It never says a man who marries a woman.
That is very true.
A wife is not somebody that you marry. A wife is a woman that exudes the qualities of what you're looking for in a woman that you want to be your wife. Because it might be different for everybody.
Yeah.
but me I gonna say good night because when we start, that gonna be our whole different conversation. So
Yeah.
for having me, thank you
Thank you.
for having me rant from probably 2 hours. It's always fun.
Yeah.
But again, I'm gonna close. People in my generation, 20 to 30 or even 35, be okay with where you are.
I like
Please,
that.
be
It's
okay
okay
with
to be where you are.
It's
It's
okay.
okay to be where you are.
And
You don't
find
have
your
to.
definition of success, because success doesn't always mean multiple houses, multiple cars, multiple sources. It doesn't always have to mean that.
Yeah.
It just means being
I
at peace with yourself.
I think that's like the first thing people need to really get real with. What is my definition of success? What does success look like to me? Forget all the social media, forget all the things that society tells you. What does
What does it
success
look
look
like
like
to
for
me?
you? Right? And
Robin
then
Williams had all the money in the world and he was successful by the standards of society, but he still ended up killing himself.
yeah,
Michael Jackson was the king of pop, but he ended up dying.
yeah,
And by all indications, when he died, he wasn't totally and utterly happy.
no. Well, apparently Prince, was paranoid and ended up dying
Exactly
alone.
my point. And he
Right?
had what society sees as
That's
success.
success. Marilyn Monroe. There's so many people, right?
Real
So
success does not make you miserable.
yeah,
Find the thing that does not make you miserable. Young people, find the thing that does not make you miserable
engage your
and
success
use
off of
that to get to success.
Yeah.
Once you find that thing, and once you get away from, okay, I need to be what society wants me to be, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Be okay with where you are. Push through and understand that my time and your time is different.
Mm-hmm.
But I will be what I was put on this earth to be, even if it's a year before I'm taken from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I will be placed in a position to enjoy it before I no longer can when I'm taken from it.
Yeah.
Be okay with where you are.
Be okay with where you are. Yeah. And find perseverance in that mindset.
You will.
Yeah.
I will die on the hill of being okay with where you are.
Yeah.
Take it from somebody who had to push to high school for 5 years? Get up every day at 5 a.m. and push the wheelchair from home to school and from school back.
Wow.
I didn't take public transportation, and I was okay with it. Be okay with where you are. Be willing to work to get to where you want to be. Because easy come, easy go.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's my 2 cents.
2 cents worth 2 million times infinity.
Yep. I don't like doing this.
Well, thank you for coming on the show.
I don't like doing this, Angie. I don't like doing this.
I know, but you're so good at it. I'll be honest. Like there were elements that just with the gap in generation, the generation gap, right? Like there were elements that over my head. However, I know that there's value in what you were saying, and that there was an audience that needed to hear it. And I mean, there has to have been a reason why, literally 10 minutes before the show, we're having discussions about you being on the show, right? So, and I had no guests, and I was okay with not having a guest. I was like, we go vibe, right?
Then you asked if I wanted to come on, and then I said yes, and then you were like, "Yay, this is gonna be fun!
It's gonna be fun." And I mean, when we vibe, it's just always amazing for me. So
it's always a pleasure to talk to you, whether on this platform or on the phone.
Yes.
You know I love you to the moon and back. You
Love
are
you to the moon and back too.
one of my favorite persons in the world. I will literally break through walls to make sure that you're safe,
Wow.
sound, and protected.
I,
I
thank
will
you.
watch over you no matter where I am.
I
Love you,
appreciate it.
my sister.
Love you too.
This was fun, even though I don't like the publics. I don't like people seeing me. What's the word I'm looking for? Passionate. I like being the
He likes to be that
unassuming.
subdued, mysterious guy.
Yes, I like to be
He
that.
loves mystery.
I love to be that. Like, I'm a music producer, and half the people I come in contact with don't know that I do that. But when they find out, they're like, "Oh, you must be joking, bro. Why didn't you tell me?"
Yeah. Or when I
Yeah.
started telling people that you make logos and you were like, oh.
Do that.
I mean, over the years, how many logos have you made for me? One,
Made about
two,
six.
three,
About
four.
six.
Yeah, it's about six now. You know, he makes logos, and I've
I'm
never
a
been able
mis-
to
I'm
get.
unassuming. Like, if I'm not talking to you, I don't talk much.
Yeah,
Like, literally.
yeah, whatever. I just don't even
What?
believe it.
What?
If you're not
That's
talking to me, don't talk much.
Angie. I will be home and locked in my room. And if you don't see me come outside, you don't know that I'm home. I will literally be locked in my room making beats all day, and you will not know that I'm home.
Yeah, this man doesn't sleep. He will stay up all night making beats. And then, you know any beats I make off of?
Yeah.
Go buy some beats, people. Go buy some beats off of Wheelidon. Because he's forever making them.
You give me too much credit. But again, thank you for having me.
Thank you for,
Thank you for every single person in the chat that is here who participated in the conversation. Don Queen, I'm seeing your comment. Big up yourself.
Yes.
Alvinel, big up yourself. I don't know who else is there, but
so
keep
many
supporting
people.
Angie. Keep supporting Angie. If you want authenticity, if you want great company, if you want the real tea, if you just want to be in the company of somebody who has an effervescent nature that's forever a light to whatever room she's in, support her. You will not go wrong.
You know me. I try not to disappoint.
You try not to disappoint. I don't think there's anything that you could ever do to disappoint me. The most I'm gonna do is cuss you out for 5 minutes, but then I'll start to love you again.
Angie, you know what I'm saying? I got a lecture today, folks. Don't worry. I did get a lecture. I got a lecture before the show. Trust me. I did.
But it's all out of love. It's all out of love.
And that's why I accept it. Because I know it's from a place of love.
And you know
and you know, that's important, having your community. So, you know.
You call me your advisor, for crying out loud.
You're my advisor.
For crying.
Listen, you know, and I mean, we gotta go, but I mean, people don't know when it came up that I should become Angie Goodaz. I called you and I was like,
you called me and we were over this for almost 4 hours. The phone cut off and you called me back and we talked about it 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 some more. And then when we couldn't talk that day, you called me 2 days later and we talked about it some more.
Oh. Well, I mean, I'm analytical, right? So I gotta like turn it over. It's my Rubik's Cube. I gotta like, how does this fit into my life? And
But you know what though? Here's the funny thing. I'm glad that I could be that for you. I'm honored. I'm absolutely honored because you said that you are many, many years my senior.
I am. I'm a bigger man for you and a bigger man for you.
Exactly my point. You wouldn't normally find a woman like you looking for advice and guidance from somebody like me.
I know. I mean, we are actually opposites on so many levels. Okay, I'm a woman. You're a man. I'm in Canada. You're in Jamaica, right?
The obvious.
I'm old. You're
I might
and there's
actually,
somebody out there that hates.
I might
There's someone
actually
out there that
look young,
hates
but
when
my
I
beard
say
is
I'm old.
starting to
So
get
I
grayed out.
apologize for that.
My
Huh?
beard is starting to get grayed out. Trust.
Your beard is starting to get gray now. I've been rocking the grays since I was in my 20s.
But the point is,
I just stopped coloring it, but the grays were there in my 20s.
but the point is that I am grateful that I am who I am, because without being who I am and without having the perseverance to be who I am, even when society was telling me not to be, I wouldn't have met you.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't be in my circle at all.
I wouldn't.
I'm not trying like a crop squad in my circle. In my circle is
Like,
top
you told
tier.
me on multiple occasions that you never met a 30-year-old that spoke the way I do.
Yeah.
That you can actually have legit.
I mean, we have crazy discussion, and I mean, this is not going to be your last time on the show. I know you'll be back. We'll have other conversations, and we'll. I'm sure some of them will be outlandish because we have so many outlandish conversations. It's insane, and people. I know people will be surprised at things that we actually sit down and talk about, and I mean, talk about for
hours. Literally hours.
You know.
But
you know, we'll keep the conversations going. I love you long time. Thank you for being on the show. TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, you don't know. It's your girl, Angie Goodaz. Thank you for being here. Look out for me on Monday morning, Roots Rock Reggae Show. Big up Mad. You saw him in the chat. Selector Madman, Mad Vibes. Big up Singing P. Big up Calendar Man. Roots Rock Reggae Show, CKUT 90.3 FM out of Montreal on Monday mornings from 1 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the morning. Information for the nation, and I'm not sick. Information for the Nation comes on every other Monday morning at 2 a.m. So I got next this week. I'll be over there. And yeah, I'm still figuring out. I think I have a mental blockage now when it comes to doing the Respect Dues and the New Music Fridays.
You've been supposed to call me.
I'm having a mental block over it.
Okay, tell you what. Let me go sleep on it. Let me go build a beat on it. And let me wake up tomorrow and give you a couple of solutions, because I think we can find a way around the issues that you're having.
Okay. Because I don't
before your mental block becomes permanent, let me take a look at it, all right?
Okay. I appreciate it.
Before your mental block becomes permanent.
So listen, if you see the Respect Dues coming back in the New Music Fridays, you know that it's because of this man right here.
It's not because of me. It's not because of me. I'm just the techie in the group. I'm just the techie in the group. You give me too much credit.
And I'd be like, I can't. Okay.
You remember the night when you first called me about it and I told you that
I was in Jamaica.
Before you start to hyperventilate, call the techie. Call the person who actually knows technology. That was a burn.
I was fully in my old woman bag, but I didn't know. I was like, I don't know these things. It's pissing me off.
Well, I'm gonna say something. And I'm going to be as politically correct as I can.
Oh boy.
The older the wine, the better it is, and the finer it is. So, be okay with yourself being old.
Oh no, No. Don't get me wrong. I talk about being old a lot, but I'm going to be very honest and tell you I'm having the time of my life right now. Like I am unapologetically speaking my mind,
What
wearing what I like.
your your
Like
back your back and your knees haven't caught up with you yet?
I know I'm in the gym. Listen, I'm not stupid. I'm in the gym all the time. So I'm making sure that my back and my knees can keep up with me. You know, ask my mom. Listen, I was in Jamaica doing cartwheels on my mom's lawn. She's looking at me like, is anything okay? And I mean, I fully went into my childhood bag when I was in Jamaica. I was bouncing down her stairs on my bum. Like
And that helps. That helps.
I was doing headstands. I was like, I'm a kid. And I was so grateful. Don't get me wrong. I was very grateful to my body to be able to do the things that I was asking it to do, because I remember 3 years ago, and I think I was actually on the phone with you. It was during the pandemic. And I was sitting on the floor in my kitchen talking to you. And when I decided to get up off the floor, I needed the help of the counter and the sink to pull myself back up. And I was like,
Oh my back.
I don't know how I got here, but this is not it for me. Like this can't go on. Like this needs to stop. And that was the point at which, and then even, okay, you know how when women, when they want to look sexy or whatever, they sit down and they cut 10? So they cross it. Like, I couldn't cut 10. My hips were not allowing me to cut 10. And I remember like that used to be my seat, like my sitting pose of choice, because and you know, like you would wrap your, I would cut 10, right? So you're sitting like this, but then I would wrap my foot around my leg. I used to be able to do that when I was younger. And for me to go from being able to do that to not even be able to cut 10 at all, like I couldn't sit like this. I couldn't sit with my legs like this. And I was like, something all right. You know, and they have that meme of Ninja Man and he's like, something all right. That
But
was
do you realize that for the past 3 or so years, every big decision, every big event, and every big yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah. Like literally. I didn't even remember that happened.
Yeah.
But
remember I was like,
talk about it, I'm remembering it.
And I started laughing and I was like, really? You know, cemetery, get them off on the floor. We can't get up. And now I'm doing all kinds of stuff. So thank God for this body. Thank you for, you know, doing all the things. And like I go to the gym and I beat it up every day almost. Well, 4 days a week.
Listen.
But yeah.
You need to I need to start getting back in shape because my boss calls me cut puss.
Cut puss? What is a cut puss?
I'm getting too fat.
What is a cut puss?
She just means I'm getting too fat.
Oh.
This is what my brother bought for me today, just now.
Candy?
Cake.
And you see, he's an enabler. He's an enabler. You see?
Angie.
Anyway, listen, if I follow you, I'm going to be here all night.
If you did that closer to me.
You shot me a box?
No.
Then we knock you out of the chair and run you over with it. So,
no, if you did that closer to me,
yeah.
And him alone that enable my foolishness.
No, because I would be like, yo, situ jug, yeah. You need to do some press up with them.
Yeah.
You know that. I'm like, I would take the cake away and give you a salad.
This has been fun.
This
has been fun.
You go make a beat. I'm sure the audience is tired of us now.
They probably are.
Like you guys just go about your business.
Yeah, but this has been fun. Thank you for having me. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Just give me a half hour heads up next time.
Don't even make it look like I volunteered you, because you were like, yeah, we could do this. Let's do this. I asked. I was
thank
like,
you to the audience for having me ramble for almost 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Thank you for Angie for facilitating my rambling for 2.5 hours. Yes up, everybody.
Big
Keep pushing,
appreciation.
keep
Massive.
going, persevere.
Be great. Be okay with where you are.
Be okay with where you are. And it's not where you are that matters. Neither is the direction that you take.
That's
It's
right.
where you get to.
That's right.
I
That's
need
right.
to start writing quotes. Good
You do.
night.
Good night.
Love ya.
Massive. Be good or be good at being bad, but don't hurt nobody. Peace.
I'm not good at being bad because when I'm bad, I put myself in trouble.
Oh, then you don't
You
be
know
bad.
the
You
kind
be
of
good.
trouble I'm talking about.
Be good. Goodbye.
Bye.